Hello, this is Ollie's Movie Madness, and for this video, I thought it would be a terrific idea to talk about the villains that are going to be in Batman Cape Crusaders Season 2. Now, when it comes to this show, I can never get into it because it wasn't as good as Batman the Animated Series from the 90s, and they did some really dumb stuff like the design for Two-Face looked weird, and the gender swapping of the Penguin was really dumb. And sadly, they're going to do it again with a certain other character, which I'll get to her later. But let's talk about the rest of the villains. Joker, we already know he's going to be in it because, apparently there was a post-credit scene in Season 1 where you get to see the Joker. And unfortunately, he's not voiced by Mark Hamill, which is understandable because Mark Hamill enjoyed working with Kevin Conroy. So it's like he doesn't want to destroy his legacy with his former co-star, so it makes sense. But let's talk about the Riddler first, which I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Judging by this picture, they make him fat. They make him like Lee Schreiber's Kingpin, and Riddler is supposed to be skinny. He's supposed to be a normal-sized man. He's not jacked. He's not like Wolverine or Bane. So I don't know why they made him fat and muscular, which doesn't make any sense. He looks like Tombstone. But yet, in the same show, they make Rupert Thorne skinny, which is also a stupid change. Scarecrow looks really good. He wears I guess it's a bird-like mask. So Scarecrow looks decent. Roxy Rocket, even though this picture right here is the one from the original animated series, I think they're going to change her, which I don't think is a bad idea. But the one that I hate the most, sure, Riddler being fat looks ridiculous. He looks like the Hulk or Red Hulk or Fat Thor, which was a stupid change that they did to the Riddler. So I don't know why they made him super fat, and I'm guessing he's supposed to be like Kingpin, they make him bulky, which doesn't make any sense. But the worst one is Mad Hatter, who is going to be, again, gender swapped into a female, and this is so fucking stupid because the Mad Hatter is supposed to be a fucking dude. Just keep the gender the same. And when you look at this picture of Mad Hatter, when you look at her, in the words of PC Principal, you're like, what the fuck is this? Are you fucking kidding me? Because the original Jervis Touch was always a guy, and he was voiced by the legendary Roddy McDowall, because that Mad Hatter was really memorable in the show, especially when he says to the DA, the new DA of Gotham, he says to Janet Van Dorn, he says, I would have killed her first, after Janet says, you could have just left her alone. And that's the thing, that's what makes the Mad Hatter so memorable. But gender swapping him is so stupid. It's supposed to be a guy. Now, this was the Mad Hatter's daughter, fine, that makes sense. But Mad Hatter doesn't really have children in the comics. But, again, Hollywood being Hollywood, I said it once, I'll say again, no more gender-swapping comic book villains. Look, as much as I did not like Taskmaster, at least I started to appreciate her a little more. And you know what? This might be the worst case of gender swapping, because no one wanted to see Mad Hatter as a woman the same way no one wanted to see Talia al Ghul as a guy. So it just doesn't make any sense, and it really pisses me off can you not gender swap a comic book character for 5 minutes? Now look, characters like Ghost, Ratcatcher 2, and even, again, even Taskmaster, even though I hated that, at least that made sense. Those gender swaps made sense. But ever since, with DC, with the Penguin, Mirror Master, which I don't know why they did that. That was, so dumb. But you don't ever gender swap memorable characters. It feels like an obscure villain Crazy Quilt or the female ventriloquist that's fine. But the Mad Hatter is always a guy. He's always been a male. But gender swapping him and giving him like red hair, he just looks really dumb. And this is just the dumbest case of gender swapping I have ever seen. And we all said since 2021, since Black Widow, no one wanted to see their characters gender swapped. Now, again, Ghost, Ratcatcher 2, and even half of the Eternals were gender swapped into men and female equivalents to their comic book counterparts. But the difference being that the Eternals were really boring in the comics. The film gave them personality. But making Mad Hatter a woman, what are they going to call her? Jenny Tatch? Is she going to have lustful feelings towards guys now? Because if you don't know, Ryan McDowell, his interpretation of Mad Hatter always wanted Alice. That's why he fell in love with his co-worker Alice, and he got mad when she got together with her boyfriend. So he overhears her crying and thinking, she must have broken up with him. I'm gonna protect her, even though he uses her as a trophy. He doesn't even treat her with respect, even though at first he comes off really nice. But you see what I mean? When Ryan McDowell's Mad Hatter is being really cool and really amazing, it works there because, well, one, Ryan McDowell is super memorable. But this new Mad Hatter is so stupid. Same with the fat Riddler. I don't know why they made him fat. Scarecrow looks decent. I like him. But in the words of Harrison Ford, you're not Roddy McDowell. I don't even think Awkwafina would do good as Mad Hatter. Even if they got her. Because much like I said about the Penguin being a girl, it's like the actress is trying, but it's kind of stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Like, not the actress herself. I like Awkwafina, but you wouldn't really see a character. You'll just see Awkwafina voicing a redheaded Mad Hatter that is on a talk show. That's what they're going to do with this character. It's so stupid. Again, we all said since 2021 that we don't care about gender swapping characters. Just keep it the way it is. Again, no one wanted to see Mad Hatter. No one wanted to see Mad Hatter the woman. The same way they don't want to see Black Mask be a woman played by Anya Taylor-Joy, which, oh god, that would have been fucking dumb. That would be probably worse than Ewan McGregor. And you all know how I feel about his interpretation of Black Mask. But you see what I mean, where you have to keep a character accurate, or if it's an obscure villain like Ghost, you can gender swap those villains. Just keep the male villains the same, or just make a brand new character. We don't need to gender swap every single new character. And yeah, I think people are just not happy about what they're going to do with Caped Crusaders Season 2. And what's funny is that I recently watched Spider-Man Noir, and that show changed a lot of shit. It did. It made Sandman have two personalities, the Flint Marko side, which is the good side, and Sandman, which was his evil side, and that worked. Same with Electro. I mean, sure, they made him a little chubby and shorter, and he sounds like Joe Pesci, but it makes sense there because Spider-Man Noir is a tremendous show. Spider-Man Noir is an amazing show, and they even got Silvermane right. So what's surprising that they get Silvermane right. They cast a Brendan Gleeson, who is Irish, and the character in the comics is Irish, and they get that right, but yet DC keeps messing everything up by gender swapping a really awesome Batman villain and make him fucking lame, make him really bland. So that's gonna be it for my thoughts on Batman Caped Crusaders with its new villains in Season 2. Comment down below and let me know what you think of this batch of villains. Aside from Scarecrow and I guess Roxy Rocket, all the other ones look really dumb and really weird. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed.